Millions of people across North America have adopted the idea that they can spend now but pay later. This style of living has resulted in a debt crisis in North America. People continue to dig themselves deeper into debt by spending more than what they have. The only way these people can get themselves out of debt is by giving up the luxuries they can simply not afford. Unfortunately, Canada has also adopted the idea that they can spend now and pay later. This has driven Canada into a deep economic deficit. Our country continues to spiral deeper into debt every single year. Every new politician claims they will be the one to bring us out of debt. The statistics speak for themselves. In order to get out of debt, we need to use the same technique individual people use. Canada needs to give up some luxuries. Of course, leaders don't want to do this. It's far easier to keep people happy with social programs and government-run services. Politicians simply blame the debt on the previous generation and then pass the debt on to the next person to take office. We need someone willing to do what it takes. Canada needs someone willing to be the bad guy. We need a leader like Ralph Klein, Margaret Thatcher, or Ronald Reagan. All of these politicians paid down the debt in their jurisdictions. Ronald Reagan reduced America's debt, Ralph Klein Alberta's deficit, and Margaret Thatcher breathed life into Britain's economy. All of these politicians were hated while they were in office, but the results of their policies were love, less debt. Our society is quickly sliding left on the political spectrum, away from our conservative roots. It makes sense why people want to move left. It means that it will be taken care of by government programs, and that they will have a safety net to fall back on if they cannot support themselves. Canadians have gotten used to the luxuries that we can no longer afford to provide. It is our job as Canadians to take charge of our lives in order to allow the government to strip us of our metaphorical training wheels. It may take a few falls before we learn to support ourselves, but eventually we will rise up and live as stronger individuals. We need to sacrifice some of our luxuries in order to bring out our country out of this debt. Let us be the generation to rise up against debt instead of piling it onto the shoulders of our children.
It's bigger than TV, it's bigger than the town. It's our connection to a real world. But then from here, it doesn't come bigger